Welcome into the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. From Jacksboro to Kilgore, Eastland to Dalhart, Lampasas to Gilmer, Temple, Big Spring to Sweetwater, and many points in between. We celebrate the remarkable achievements of female high school athletes based on performances on and off the field and courts. From Class 6A to private schools, it's the Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Time now to celebrate the Class 1A winner of your Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. It's hard to believe that we were able to slow her down to do this interview. She's so busy. She does it all. The one and only Matti Dixon of Oglesby High School. Well, congratulations, Matti, on being the best in Texas. What did you think when you heard that you won?
It's crazy. There's so many female athletes in Texas, and the fact that I was one of them to get chosen is absolutely unreal.
Well, you are the captain of your volleyball team, and I know you take that honor as something that's very prideful. But to be the captain of a team that won a playoff game for the first time in school history, what did that mean to you?
It means a lot. It means we accomplished something that has never been accomplished before, and the fact that I was a leader and a part of that means a lot to me.
Not only did you win the first playoff game in school history, but you guys go 3 rounds deep into the playoffs. What did you think about your crew pulling that off?
It's crazy because I think we brought up 4 freshmen. So we had 2 seniors on our team and we had 4 freshmen. And the fact that they were able to grow and help us get to this point was absolutely crazy.
What do you think separated your bunch from everybody else?
I think at first we struggled. It was definitely a struggle at first, but we all eventually just became sisters. And being sisters and being able to be there for each other helps a lot. It does.
Well, I look at your accomplishments, man, immense on this team. I mean, you pretty much led in every single category in volleyball: kills, digs, aces, you name it. You were district MVP in 2023, Offensive Player of the Year in 2022. You're also Super Centex Honorable Mention. Very hard to do that. How have you been able to do that and maintain such a even level of consistency throughout your volleyball career?
I just try to, I don't know, Coach Martin, she does a lot. She tells me, like in the game, if I need to fix something, she helps me fix it. She helps a lot, like put it in the court. If my hitting's off or if my passing's off, just try to keep it as level as I can keep it.
Coach Martin talks about how you're such a tremendous role model. What has she meant to you personally?
She's meant a lot. She came in 2 years ago to Oglesby, and she's grew up in Oglesby. She's been around everybody. So her coming back and being able to help our volleyball team is great. It's great for Oglesby.
You've also been academic all district, and to pull that off with all the sports you play and all the practices is pretty impressive. How have you been able to do that and maintain straight A's and never get a B?
I don't know. I'm a big academic person. I always put my grades pretty much before a lot of things, even if I have to stay up till 10 p.m. and get loss of sleep. But I always make sure I have good grades. It's definitely one of my top priorities.
Well, your school there in Oglesby really is a place and a center of 1A athletic prowess going on right now. Your dad is a legendary 6-man coach, and he's bringing the school to its first ever state championship game. Pretty impressive stuff. They get to play at AT&T Stadium. The Tigers in the program have never been to a state championship game until your dad led them there. How much pride do you have in your dad to be able to pull something off like that?
I have a lot of pride in my dad. He puts so much work and effort into anything he does, especially football. It's his sport, and just being a coach's daughter is hard because he's off with all his boys, and I'm stuck at home. But me playing basketball, volleyball, or anything like that during football, I think he's missed some stuff, but as long as he's being successful and helping other people, it makes me proud.
Being a coach's kid, does it give you tremendous drive as well? I know Coach Martin talks about how you're almost like an extra coach for her out there.
It it helps being a coach's daughter because I feel like a lot of people, take it for granted that she don't know what she's talking about, but I witness it every day, so it helps definitely.
Well, you've been one that doesn't mind the big stage. You don't shy away from it at all. We can go all the way back to 2016, and you were the flag runner for the state championships back then at Jerry World when your dad was coaching as an assistant at Jonesboro. What was that experience like for you?
It was something. It's crazy. I just remember I was a flag girl all year long, and then we finally go there, and all the fans being around, just the atmosphere is crazy. I think I don't know, third grade, maybe fourth grade, and now being a senior this year and then get to experience it at a different level it's gonna be wild.
Is it fair to say that you're a daddy's girl? And what have you learned from the coaching legend?
Oh snap. I guess I am a daddy's girl. I don't know. But I don't know. Learning is crazy. I learned that it takes a lot of time, lots of time and effort to be a coach, and patience, lots of patience with it too. So,
Do you think you have a little coaching in your blood? Like, could you see
no,
you doing that down the line?
no,
You want no part of it.
no, I
You've
want
seen
nothing
enough.
to do with it. Yeah, I'm good. I don't think I could handle it. I don't think I could handle it.
So tell us about your team and some of the other stars and friends of yours that would really jump out at us and someone to note here.
I think the other person that needs to be noticed is Addison Hamilton. She was the other senior and our only other senior. She was also another leader on the court, and she's good. And all of our freshmen, Presley Robinson, Autumn, Zara, Jada was our libero. She's a junior this year, and then Caitlin Betrell. So they all, and our setter. I can't forget about my setter. She's love her to death. Without her, hits don't happen. And our libero, she stepped it up too this year. I'll give credit to all the freshmen that they're great. It's a great team. I will never take anything for granted from them.
What will you remember the most about this team when you come back to a class reunion, say 10 years from now?
Oh, snap. The fact that we were just there for each other. And I think the greatest memory I have is before the season started, we set goals. We had this big poster and we all had goals. And we set individual goals and team goals. Well, some of our team goals were to win a district championship, win a playoff game, beat Jonesboro, beat Abbott, beat Aquila, just learn how to communicate because we struggled with communication at first, and just being able to succeed. And the fact that we accomplished every single one of those is crazy. It's great. It's really great.
You're such a tireless worker. Where does that come from?
My parents. They're always doing something, and I take that from them.
Well, your family's interesting because it is a wide range of unbelievable athletes. I mean, I think about your older brother. He's a multi-district MVP in basketball. He played every sport and did it at a very high level. Your sister got close to the bling as a regional champ in basketball. She played softball as well. Both your mom and dad were great athletes. Your dad did it all. Your mom was a point guard at Gatesville and led her team to the regionals in the 1990s. What a family you have of athletes. I'm just kind of wondering, what are July 4th parties like? Is it just a constant competition with each other to see who's better?
No, sadly, no. We're all I don't know, we're all pretty mellow about everything. We all have our own, I don't know. I'm the only kid that played volleyball. Lainey, she never played volleyball. She's a basketball player. She got all the basketball skills from my mother. And I mean dad was good too, but yeah, he's just the average post player that my brother got that from. So
You got to be careful. You're supposed to be daddy's girl. You're supposed to be talking him up, right?
yeah.
Well, thinking about what your dad has been able to accomplish, 43-6 in 4 years. He has just turned this program all the way around and seeing winning that we really haven't seen since your great uncle coached there in the 70s and 80s. When you look at your dad and how he was able to come in here, I know he had a plan, he had a mission, and he knows how to win football games on the six-man football level. He's done it everywhere else. Do you marvel in his greatness and how he's been able to build this program so fast?
Yeah, it's been crazy how Oglesby, I guess before dad got here, was basically known as nothing. Like, oh, like they're not good. Like it's just Oglesby. Like people were like, oh, easy game, easy 45, And now that he's been here, we're a threat now. Everybody wants to beat Oglesby. It's crazy how it's changed.
Well, we've heard some stories about you and your athletic prowess. And one that really jumps out at me is back in the 7th grade, you're playing basketball, you break an arm, you just put some tape on it, and you just keep playing the whole season with a broken arm. Are you just fearless or are you crazy?
I guess I'm just crazy. there's a lot of people that don't do that. But another thing, also being a coach's daughter, you got to suck it up. So.
Did it hurt? I mean, how are you shooting baskets with a broken arm?
When I broke it, I remember in the game, I think I shot a 3 and I airballed. And I was like, something's wrong. Like this, because I was like, oh, like before I was like, oh, it's going in, and no, I airballed it, and I was like, there's something wrong, and I went to the doctor. They cast it, and I would just wrap it and play.
That's amazing. Well, I know that you've also done a lot of things in track and field, and I know your dad and most football coaches in the state encourage that for the speed element of it. How much has track helped you with your other sports?
See, it's helped. I mean, it's helped a lot. I think track definitely is a top sport that somebody needs to do because you get to compete against somebody that could be phenomenal, but you're pushing yourself to your absolute limit to beat them. And it can also be a team sport. The relays, I love relays. I think they're fun. I like being in a team atmosphere, but the individual atmosphere about it is pretty cool too.
I know you have such a big passion for golf. You've been to state twice individually and as a team member. Talk a little bit about your golf game and what you enjoy so much about it. I know that you're curious and very interested to try to play golf on the college level.
Yeah, it's been a hunt so far for college, but I've had a couple. But just golf is definitely a frustrating sport, definitely a mental sport. But just being able to, hit a really good drive changes like your whole game. If you have a really good drive or really good chip or putt and like you're down, that always brings me back up if I need, a little pickup. Um, Last year we did go to state as a team. I've been to state 2 years. Last year we actually went as a team, and that was fun going as a team and being able to compete as a team. That was fun.
I know you are ridiculous long off the tee. So my thought is, do you hate hitting from the women's tees because there's just not enough room for you? It's creating all these half wedge shots in.
That's a little tough. It just kind of just depends. My short game is kind of just depends on the day. But yeah, I can hit it off the tee pretty well. Sometimes it's really good. I like it because sometimes I can just putt. I can just putt it, but yeah, I like my drives.
Well, you've been such a great leader at your school in all the sports that you play. I know you're also an FCA leader. What is it about that you enjoy the most? Because, everybody wants to lead, but the question is, can you actually do it? And you're one of the ones that can.
I would say it all comes about the person. I used to be, when I first moved here, I was definitely quiet. I never really showed like my true colors, I guess. And we also had other leaders above us. So as a freshman, I was just I didn't really say anything, even though like I knew like this needed to be done or this or that. But actually being a senior and actually being a leader, people that just take it in and allow like what I have to say, and being able just for like, I don't know, little girls to look up to me, it means a lot.
So I understand you have an unbelievable collection of shoes, Nike, Air Jordans. You even wore your Air Jordans at prom, which is a very interesting look, but you pulled that off. What is it that you enjoy with all these shoes?
I think I like the style of them. I'm not a heel girl. If I don't have to wear them, I'm not gonna wear them. And I love the colors. I think because you can get them all different colors, and then you can pick outfits based on your shoes. So I don't pick outfits based on my shoes. I pick shoes based on my outfits. So.
So how far can you hit a golf ball in Air Jordans in a prom dress?
Oh snap. Maybe 240, 230, somewhere in there.
That's beautiful, because I know you've done that and we have pictures of that.
Yeah.
You look at your community there, and when you're at a 1A school, you have to do everything, and that's kind of the way it is all in the community, but it also is a very tight-knit family community. How would you explain the Oglesby community to someone that has never been there before, and how has it shaped you and your family?
It shaped me and my family a lot, because a lot of people, there's always that one person that's like, is negative, but everybody being Oglesby, we're a family. Like I know a lot of people say that, but we're definitely a family. In our community, they support the boys, the girls, no matter what. They always support us, and it's great to have people like that. And even if we have somebody new coming in, they always treat everybody the same, and that's something I feel like you need to be grateful for.
Well, Matti, continued success, and congratulations on being the Class 1A Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month.
Thank you.
Your Greater Texas Ford Dealers is so proud to recognize the hard work, dedication, perseverance, and passion of so many Texas high school female athletes who inspire us all. Here's this month's winners. And don't forget, you can see their interviews at Greater TX Ford for Greater Texas Ford Dealers. From Class 1A to 6A, plus private schools, we celebrate them all. Thanks so much for watching the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. See you next time.